Hello everyone, myself Vivi Uttarwar from KK Wagh College of Food Technology. So, this video is the third part of the classification of fruits. So, in my first two videos, we understand regarding the morphology of fruits, then the different parts of the fruit, and after that, the classification of the fruit. In that, we have completed the classification on the basis of origin of fruits. Now, in this video, we will go for the classification on the basis of temperature, adaptability, and the rate of respiration. So, we continue with the video up to last. So, this is a classification, that is a classification of fruits on the basis of climate adaptability or temperature adaptability. So, on the basis of this, they are categorized into three classes, that is tropical fruit, subtropical fruit, and temperate fruit. So, what is meant by we'll see one by one. That is the first, that is a temperate fruit. So, the temperate fruit plants are exacting in their climate requirement. They are grown only in the place where their winter is distinctly cold, requires a exposure of specific chilling temperature for the certain period, without which they do not flower. It means they require cold for the development of flower, or low temperature for the development of flower. The fruits are these fruits plants are generally deciduous and stand fruits. Example: apple, almonds, peach, pear, plum, strawberry, apricots. So there are various examples are mentioned for the temperate fruits. Next, there is a tropical fruit. So the tropical fruit plants are generally evergreen, are extremely sensitive to the cold. It means they require somewhat high temperature for the production of flowers. So these plants are generally grown in the climate condition prevailing in the region between the Tropic of Cancer, that is 230 altitude, and the Tropic of Capricorn, that is 230 latitude. They do not well under a lesser fluctuation of diurnal temperature, light and dark period. They require a moist, warm climate, but are capable of withstanding dry weather in some cases. So they require high temperature. Example, that is a mango, banana, papaya, sapota. So these are generally available all over the India. Then subtropical fruits. So the fruit crops grown under the climatic condition in between temperate and tropical are called as subtropical fruit. They may be either deciduous or evergreen, are usually able to withstand a low temperature but not the frost. So if they get frost, so the flower cannot develop in such subtropical plants. So they are also quite adaptive to the fluctuations of light and dark period during day and night. Some subtropical fruit plants require chilling for the flower bud differentiation. Example: grapes, citrus, durian, jackfruit, all these belongs to subtropical fruits. Next, we will have the classification on the basis of respiratory pattern. So there are two major classes, that is a climacteric type of fruit and non-climacteric type of fruit. So climacteric fruits are those fruits which can ripen even after being picked. So it means when the fruit is harvested from the plant, then also it is continuing its respiration process and ripening process. Such fruits are called as climacteric fruit, while non-climacteric fruits are which cannot ripen once removed from the plant. So when non-climacteric fruits, when they are separated from the plant, they do not ripe. So whatever the biochemical reactions or ripening process, it stops when they detached from the plant. So such a fruits are called as non-climacteric fruit. Example are mentioned here. The climacteric fruits are banana, peach, apple, tomato, muskmelon. So all these are continue to ripe even after harvest. But the citrus, the grapes, the strawberries, they do not ripe after harvesting process. So that's why they are categorized into two different terms, that is climacteric fruit and non-climacteric fruit. Generally, the climacteric fruits, the climacteric fruits, they produces ethylene while respiration process. So ethylene is a growth hormone, sorry, it is a ripening hormone. So because of that, the ripening process is carry out in the climacteric fruits. So as the rate of respiration increases, along with that, rate of ethylene production also increases and the rate of ripening also increases, so that the ethylene production and respiration process of this climacteric fruit are quite correlated to each other. So here the various types of climacteric and non-climacteric fruits examples are mentioned, that is apple, apricot, avocado, banana, blueberry belongs to climacteric fruit, while the blackberry, coca, cashew apple, cherry, cucumber, eggplants, etc., tangerines, strawberries, all these are non-climacteric type of fruits. Now we'll go for vegetable. What is meant by vegetable? The vegetable are the any botanical or specific botanical grouping or exhibit wide variety of plant structure. So it represent any botanical group of plant or any part of the plant, so which is going to be used. It may be edible seeds, roots, stems, or it may be leaves, it may be bulbs or tubers, like that. The part which we are going to use, so that we can call as a vegetable. So mainly they are grouped into three categories, that is the seeds and pods, bulbs, roots and tubers, and after that the flowers, buds, stems and leaves. So like that the vegetables are categorized into three groups. So in the picture you can see that the plant part and how we are going to use them as a vegetable. So the parts from A to O all are different parts of the plant, but we use them as a vegetable from the different plant. So the A is a flower board. We have a vegetable that is artichoke. It belongs to flower bud. Then the B portion, that is a stem sprout. So asparagus is a stem sprout. Then C, that is a seeds. So we use corn seeds as a vegetable. Then we have axillary bud, it is of D portion, that is a Brussels sprout. So it is the same as like cauliflower, okay, but it is of somewhat smaller size. So that is nothing but the Brussels sprout. Then the E, that is a petiole, we have a celery. Then bulb, that is onion, which belongs to bulb category. Then at a G, the stem tubers. So the potatoes we use as a vegetable, they are nothing but the stem tubers. Then we have H and I. What is H? H is a swollen root and I is a swollen tuber. So they are root and root tubers. So the example are carrots and sweet potato. Then after that there is a J, that is a swollen hypocotyle, means it is a intermediate portion in between the stem tuber and the root tubers. So that is a hypocotyle. So that is example of beetroot. Then there is a K. K for leaf base, swollen leaf base. So example is leek. Also we use onions in fresh form. They are also swollen leaf base. Then the L, that is a leaves, okay. So the example is spinach. Then M, it is a fruit. We have example of pumpkin, as well we have example of brinjal, tomato, then green chili or chili. All these are nothing but the fruits of the plant. Then N, that is a swollen inflorescence. Swollen inflorescence nothing but swollen a bunch of flower. So that is a broccoli. And at last there is a main bud, okay, upper bud. So we have example of lettuce or cauliflower. So all these are nothing but the different parts of the plant which we are using as a vegetable. So there are no specific categories for the plant, for the vegetable as like fruits for classification. So these are different parts which are we are going to use for the preparation of vegetable or as in fresh form. So what is the difference between fruits and vegetable? So fruits and vegetable generally consumed as a raw, not during meals at the end. Vice versa, vegetables are cooked during the meals or they are used in the meals. But fruits, they are used before and after meals. Fruits are sweet, vegetables are not sweet because fruits are having a quantity of sucrose in it or sugar in it. Then fruits may be juicy, pulpy, or luscious, but vegetable they are not juicy. They may be hard or soft. Then fruits are developed from the flowers or flower parts or inflorescences. But vegetable are not the specific part like a flower. It is developed from various parts of the plant like a leaf, stem, root, flower, bud, etc. Fruits they are mostly woody perennials. It means they have a more than one seasons of fruiting. And vegetable they are non-woody annuals or biennials. So they can only attend one or two seasons. Fruits they are acidic and commonly called as high acid food. That is a pH is greater than 4.5. In case of vegetable the pH is less than 4.5. That means it is a low acid food. Then acidity actually or naturally controls growth of microorganism, and in case of vegetable it leads to spoilage because low acids are available. Also again there are 2 3 more differences are mentioned, that is a spoilage microorganism, that is mold, yeast attack highly on the fruits, while in vegetable the bacteria attacks in various processing methods. Fruits can be processed either in various form like a jam, jellies, or with the help of salt, sugar. And vegetable and they can be used with the help of drying, pickling. So like that the preservation is carried out in case of vegetable. At last there are examples are mentioned, that is a mango, apple, papaya, pomegranate, pineapple are nothing but the different types of fruits. And the vegetable, that is potato, tomato, onion, flower, cabbage, etc. The tomato is a flower, tomato is a fruit, then also we use it as a vegetable because it is not sweet in taste. So like that the fruits and vegetables are differentiated from each other. So now the lecture is end here regarding the second unit, that is a morphology and the information or introduction to fruits and vegetable. Thank you so much.